In this video, we're going to see an example of using random. This is the slime volleyball little game that I had made before, and I just want to point out where we had used random in the code. Maybe, I don't want to zoom out because I have the zoom in so nice already, but I mean, just so you can see, I will zoom out and I'll have to get the zoom in nice again. I didn't do it with the googly eye. Hold on, whatever. This is a post googly eye world. I just am using the old code. So you'll notice we got the little slime volleyball thing going on here. We have the calculation we saw in previous videos in different ways actually, in order to make the ball bounce off the player. But then I also have the ball bouncing off the net. You can see when it hits the net, it kind of always does the same arc no matter where it's hitting the net. And that's what we're about to talk about right here, is when it hits the net, what happens. Ooh, that was a really cool example of it. I'm glad that I got that on tape. So you'll see if it's on the left side of the net, it bounces back left. And if it hits the right side of the net, it will, here we go. It bounces back over to the right. And that's fine. We don't need random for that. Let me pause this and I can zoom back in on the code, hopefully. All right, that should be zoomed in well enough. So here's the code that has us bounce off the net. Trying to fit this all in. Here's the code that has us bounce off the net, and we can just see how that works really quickly. If the ball hits the net, and the net was not just hit, we first check, all right, if the ball is to the left of the net, we'll just set its new velocity to bounce up and to the left. If the ball was to the right of the net, if the x was greater than 200, because I know I should probably, whatever. I should probably be using like the net center x, so in case I want to move the net anywhere, I don't have this magic number baked in, this 200. But that's how it's implemented right now. If we're to the right of the net, we'll bounce over to the right and up. But there's an issue here where, all right, well, I could be to the left of the net or to the right of the net, but what if I happen to hit the net exactly down the center? I don't want to just slide through the net or something like that, not react. So this is where I said, all right, I could just ignore it. Or maybe I could just put a less than or equal to, a greater than or equal to, and then it'll bounce in one direction slightly more often than another. But what I did is I said, all right, otherwise, if it's not left of the net or right of the net and it's exactly 200, I'm just going to generate a random number. And because random generates a random number between 0 and 0 and 1, I'm just going to say, all right, if that number that I generated was less than 5, I'll treat it like I'm pushing to the left. Otherwise, I'll make it bounce off to the right. And so just a little example of, where I've already used random. We saw earlier in the video, I liked it because it kind of looked like it hit the very top of the net before, which maybe it wasn't exactly at 200, but it just chose some random direction to go. And I wanted to show this just because it's an example of when I had used random already before in one of my programs. Next video will be me creating a new program using probably ran range, just to see like one way to use that new function that we're learning. So yeah, hope you got something out of this one. Peace out. I'll see you in the next.